old friend of Midas is returning back to Fortnite because it looks like there is going to be a huge battle at the end of the season, especially now that Midas is free, and we thought it was Marigold who freed Midas, but now it looks like it might be the Foundation. Midas also revealed that he was actually betrayed by a close friend, and to understand this we have to go all the way back to chapter 4. Please leave a like, subscribe, and use code SMJM. We all know in chapter 4 season 4 when Kato Thorn, who loves collecting things, brought something that belonged to Midas. We all thought there was a connection between Kato Thorn and Midas. This was confirmed later on in the season when inside one of Kato Thorn's vaults we discovered Midas's hand. And at this point it became clear that this relationship between Kato Thorn and Midas was not a good relationship. Also, the whole season we waited to see if we get an explanation how Kato Thorn ended up having this arm, but unfortunately we never get an explanation. That was until this season when Hades showed up on the map. In season 2, when Hades showed up on the map along with this new location called the Underworld, we discover a mysterious golden cell, heavily guarded by the way. On that door there were loads of gold designs. This became quite clear that Midas was in fact a prison inside that cell under the control of Hades. Now I think we sort of know now how Kato Thorn ended up having Midas's arm as well. I think Kato Thorn was gifted the arm by Hades for helping him to capture Midas. You might be wondering, why does Hades wanted Midas? That is because Midas stole something from Hades and used its power to take revenge on the Imagine Order. Lots of people actually forgot about this, but in chapter 2 season 4, it was the Marvel season. Midas has just been defeated by the IO. We see Midas getting eaten by a shark. Then all of a sudden, during a mid-season Halloween update, we see Midas appear out of nowhere. It's not the same Midas we know. It is in fact Shadow Midas. And also he has put some kind of curse on the island that turns everyone that has been eliminated into this kind of shadow zombies. But yet again, Shadow Midas is defeated by the Imagine Order, and this time with the help of the Avengers as well. Now after this, Midas just disappears because he knows that Hades is very angry and is after him. That's why we have not seen Midas ever since. Hades travels to different realities looking for Midas, but he just can't find him, so he summons Kato Thorn, who is also part of this underworld and uses the dark magic powers. We know what Kato Thorn is capable of and what he is. Hades tells Kato Thorn, if you help me get Midas, I will give you anything you want. Kato Thorn agrees and goes to find Midas. He uses his time machine to travel the future and past different realities, but he just can't find Midas until he finds someone, a close ally to Midas. It seems he or she betrays Midas and tells Kato Thorn where Midas is, goes back to Hades, and both of them go and hunt for Midas. The reason why Kato Thorn didn't go after Midas himself, you might be wondering, Kato Thorn has all these dark powers and is very strong. That is because the power Midas possess. We all know that Midas has the power to turn anything into gold. All Midas has to do is touch Kato Thorn and that could turn him into gold. But Hades has something that can stop from that happening. Hades' chain. That's right, Hades' chain has this power. If someone is chained to it, they cannot use their superpower. This is exactly how Hades kept Midas prisoned for so long. When Kato Thorn and Hades find Midas, they get into a huge battle. Despite it being 2 versus 1, Midas puts up a great fight, but because of Hades' chain, Midas is defeated. As a reward for finding Midas, Kato Thorn asks Hades for Midas's hand. After that, Midas Midas is taken to the underworld. Hades keeps him as a prisoner inside of that golden cell. After that, it seems Zeus defeats Hades and puts everything, the underworld, Hades, all of the darkness, inside of the Pandora's box. Now in chapter 5, the Pandora box is open yet again. The underworld is here, and it seems Midas is at the same location he was last seen. After all these years, and now that we know the whereabouts of Midas, everyone wants to release him. Marigold was looking for him. His friends all tried their best to release him, but it seems like a mysterious person dressed up as one of the guards of Hades secretly loosens up one of the chains. After that, Midas removes his arm from the chain, using his power to turn the door into gold, and escapes the underworld. After Midas got released, the first thing he does is he takes control of his beloved Marigold. That's right, the yacht that has been under the control of the society is now back to Midas. You can even see the logos has been turned into the Shadows logo. Now you can see the statue of Midas inside of the Marigold. Midas wants to slowly build up his army using the help of his friends. First thing he wants to know is who betrayed him, because someone close to Midas told Thorn of his whereabouts, and he suspects it might be Brutus. Now, if you know the story of Julius Caesar, he ends up getting killed because his friend, the name of Brutus, betrays him. It all makes sense. We all think it's Brutus. Midas even tells us to put up this sensor to detect secret cameras and microphones hidden inside of Marigold. And yes, we did find a bunch of them. This makes Midas very suspicious towards Brutus, so he makes us go talk to Brutus and ask him directly. And Brutus reveals to us that he is not a traitor, and those bugs hidden inside of the Marigold was in fact Hope's. She was the one who put them there when she was fighting the society. So it turns out Brutus is not a traitor. Soon we will find out who betrayed Midas. But Jules and Marigold, who's related to Midas, are happy to see him free. In fact, Jules has constructed a gauntlet for Midas using the power of Hades' chain. Like I mentioned before, Midas has been raising an army because he knows that this island is now in danger, because Zeus wants to eliminate everyone on this island, because obviously we opened the Pandora's box and it took Zeus thousands of years to capture all of the evil creatures that was trapped inside the box. This was all undone in just a matter of few days. Now we're looking at two different threats from Zeus, and also Hades, the god of darkness, wants to destroy this island as well. So if we want to defend this island, we are going to need all of the helps that we can get. This is why Midas wants to raise an army, and so far he has managed to get his friends, Meowscrew, Jules, Marigold, and obviously Agent Jones is on the island and he is willing to help. Jones has Underworld as well with few members. Also, it looks like the society members are willing to help as well, because if you don't know, when Zeus came to this island, the very first thing that he did was destroy the organization controlling the island, which was the society. After being defeated, everyone ran away. We know that Valeria, who has the power of the Phoenix, is being kept hidden by Hope, who is the member of the underground. Also, she happens to be the sister of Valeria. Now, this is not enough because Zeus and the underworld is very, very powerful. We're looking at around 10 times more powerful than the Imagined Order or the Lost Reality. But just having these few people is not enough. That is why I think we are going to seek help from the Seven, because they have dealt with things like this before. Dr. Sloan, obviously she has a lot of knowledge working for the Imagined Order for thousands of years. We know that peace syndicates are always there to help us. But one person who has fought against Zeus and even defeated him, this person is Kratos. Last time we saw Kratos on the Fortnite island was all the way back in chapter 2. That was because Agent Jones convinced him help with the 0 point. Maybe Agent Jones will convince him yet again and he will be here to defeat Zeus and save us. I'll keep you guys updated, so please leave a like, subscribe, and use code SMJM.